thoughts lie behind that mask? What dreams of chronic and sustained cruelty?
Welcome to a video on how to get good at the plant manifestation of Satan, also known as the Electro P. Players who can master the most obnoxious plant to ever exist on the console versions of the game will be able to easily become the king of toxicity and have more hate mail than Discord when they pushed out their mobile update. Let's get started. The Electro P is a variant of the P-Shooter class, manifested out of the souls of the damned, and exists purely to cause pain and suffering to all of those who dare exist within its wake, as well as come inform you about your electricity bill because you spent $800 streaming 8K pornography to the staff chat. His primary weapon of choice is of a semi-automatic manual detonation cannon that shoots out balls of electric fuckery. These balls travel slowly and capable of shocking someone to tilt to the face of the earth faster than Wolfie being upset at Crazy Dave for hating tea. The weapon can fire at up to 85 rounds per minute and has 8 ammo per clip before needing to take a 1.5 second reload. Each shot fired by this shocking shit show can deal 36 damage for a direct hit and up to 16 for the splash in a medium-sized radius. The weapon does have damage drop-off, with it going down to 26 for a direct hit at mid-range. With him being one of the 3 manual detonation variants in the game, he can detonate his projectile to explode prematurely mid-flight, creating a massive explosion which can deal up to 27 damage within a very generous radius. Only one projectile can be in flight at a time, and you cannot fire another until the first projectile has either collided with something or has been detonated. This makes Satan more suited for mid to close range fights, as it allows him to essentially just spam down choke points or contested areas without much thought, and the massive detonation radius from manually exploding your shocking bollocks can easily deal with any enemy, provided you're aiming within their general direction. The slower projectile velocity and the way he functions does not make him great at longer distances, since it means he has to wait for the projectile to reach all the way over and then detonate it, reducing his damage output in drawn-out fights. Trying to engage at these distances will make you look like more of a fool than PopCap when they decided that Garden Warfare 2 needed absolutely zero anti-cheat. Luckily, this shock shitter has 2 additional properties up its sleeve that grant him a unique edge. The lesser, although still impactful version of these properties being that he moves 15% faster than your standard P-Shooter. This speed increase alone allows him to move on par with the likes of scientists and imps, and makes chasing them down much easier. However, the main benefits of his speed come from when Hyper is engaged. I mean, just look at this shit. This motherfucker can make Hot Rod's speed boost on kill look like an absolute fucking joke whilst he is in Hyper. Have fun being able to run after everyone and be able to run away from any class that cannot chase after you. The other, more impactful and much more blatantly obvious property, given that it's literally part of his name, is him having the power element, which allows him to deal chain lightning damage to multiple enemies by hitting just one. This is exceptionally deadly, as with him having access to both splash and manual detonation explosions, he can very easily make multiple chain connections and just chain the shit out of all the undead fuckwits that forget how chain lightning works. Electro P can have up to 3 chain lightning connections, with the first dealing 15, second dealing 5, and the last one dealing 3. So if there is ever a point littered with enemies and your beam bomb is on cooldown, don't be afraid to just spam fire shots into that shit and force them to just scatter. You might not be able to confirm a kill, but you can essentially annoy the fuck out of the enemy team by just hitting the lot of them with absolutely zero fucking effort whatsoever. Have fun receiving 10 tons of hate mail after your game session. The optimal upgrade setup for the Electro P would be the 2 reload upgrades and the health upgrade. The 2 reload upgrades are especially important, as with their powers combined, they cut your reload down to just under 1 second, effectively making your weapon have almost no downtime at all. And the health upgrade, as to not only offset certain kill thresholds, but to also make P-Gatling stronger due to its natural armor. In terms of strengths, the Electro P has an extremely low skill floor for a manual detonation character with his generous detonation range and chain lightning damage. His extra movement speed allows him to easily traverse across the map faster and makes him exceptionally quick when Hyper is active. However, because of how he functions, Electro P is not suited for long-range engagements, primarily due to his slow projectile velocity. His damage output, whilst exceptionally great against many targets at once, is rather poor against a single target, especially if they have a lot of health, such as an All-Star or SB. Lastly, his smaller clip size of 8 does mean that reloads will be rather frequent, which without the reload upgrades, does mean a fair bit of downtime with his overall performance. Thanks to this guide, you will now be able to properly fulfill the role of Satan, as you shock everyone to shit and end up being banned from your friend group due to your newfound powers. Be sure to come back for the next episode next week. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more shit like this. Have fun.